Well, there's nothing I love more than going back and watching old footage of myself to see exactly how well I did in the last underwater event. And where I did spend $315 last time and didn't manage to record the footage of how many of these gold shells and silver shells I had, one good piece of information I got out of it before was about 600 jellyfish was enough to give me 500 of these gold shells. Now, I don't think that's the same thing this time. I think this time is definitely a little bit harder in the fact that I've already used 830 of these jellyfish, and as you can see, we're just a little bit over the 600 mark. I mean, I guess that's pretty close, but still, it just feels a little bit harder this time. And where I did go and spend that $315, that gave me an extra 1,800 jellyfish, and I was at about 7,700 for my depth that I got into. This time here, I am at 1452, but once again, I did use all 500 of those jellyfish, and I can't purchase any more without using real money. Still, there's a lot more jellyfish to get, and I think it's possible to get these things up to 900 of these gold shells with only using gems and doing the missions that they give for us. For the silver ones, I'd probably say somewhere between like 2,500 to 3,000, depending on what I grab, but that's kind of what I'm planning around for the best things to purchase. When it comes to exchanging, I think the big winners are going to be that Peerless Sword Box and this Secret Treasure of Magic, the ones that are going to have the Awakened cores for the artifacts. As far as which one you should pick, I'm going for the Spear of Thor and the fact that I'm trying to build around that Reaper staff, but I've said countless times before, I'm a big fan of Demonic Eye and the fact that we can get the chance to run into that weird looking angel dude, which will have it where 3 times in a round you can reduce the enemy's attack, kind of like a shock discharge. But even the Demon Sword, the Heaven's Mark, any of these is going to be good. I'd suggest you'd go into the Discord, find the group for the weapon that you're using, and just find out that way what's the best artifacts you should be using for the Awaken. Either way, for about 90% of us, I'd say this is going to be your top priority. If you are able to score 900 of those gold shells, definitely pick up one of those, and then the next thing I'd say to get would be that S-Epic Legacy box, the one where we can go and pick our Knight of the End. But I say 90% of you because that other 10%, this might be you if you are using Wukong, and that might be a good idea to start pumping in this Mecha Titan. If you grabbed a bunch of them last time, this could be your chance to finally go and take this thing up to Mythic. And I really wouldn't stress too much about that Mythic artifact. I'd bypass that and go right for the Titan. The S-rank boxes, I'd probably skip right past those, and then the other stuff is just going to be kind of cleaning up whatever leftover currency you have, so try to grab those elite packs if you can. As far as the silver shells, I'd be spending 240 of them on that Epic Legacy box, the non-S grade one for the brands and the heroes, and this is always a good thing to go for. I'm still leveling these things up. I've spent a lot of money, but these are something I'm always trying to get. I'd also grab the S-grade keys and also the wishing scrolls. I feel like these are good things to go for. If you were considering getting one of those S-grade boxes up top there to pick your weapon, this might be a way to consider just going and saving up some of these, pulling on that limited banner, and scoring that weapon that way. The lucky silver coins just always seem too expensive to me no matter what the event is. 3,000 of these things to go and get 20 of them just doesn't really seem worthwhile to me. Oh, and you can go and use some of your silver ones to get the gold ones. I wouldn't go and pull all 10 of them there to get the extra 100, but if you're short just a little bit, might not be a bad idea to wait till the last minute and just kind of go and transfer some over from here. I've made it pretty clear before, I'm never a fan of these random legacy boxes where it's like a 1 in 8 or a 1 in 12 chance of trying to hit the one that you want. You always get garbage. Don't go for this thing. I mean, unless you're sitting on a ton of this stuff and just need to burn them up, but I'd say probably go more for one of the things like the Inheritance books. Honestly, even those seem a little bit pricey to me in this event, and the gem chest itself just seems kind of counterproductive that we use gems to go and get the jellyfish, and then jellyfish to get the shells, and now we're going to use the shells to go and get more gems. It just seems a little bit kind of twisted to me, so I'd say really the main focus is get that legacy box, and when you can select your brand, the non-S grade one, and then probably just invest into those keys and the actual wishing scrolls. Any leftovers, I'd probably go and toss it into the horseshoes. Remember, you get enough horseshoes, you can get that final claim for the round, and that's going to give hammers on its own. So that seems like the better way to go out of hammers or horseshoes on it, but that's just my own personal opinion. Honestly, if I have enough left over, I might actually go for another swap talisman, just like to keep on switching things back and forth as needed. And even that blessing scroll, I'm one short of needing to take my Dragon Girl skill up to the next level, so that might be what I'm actually going to do myself. Now I know every time I make one of these videos, like 2 days later, I go, I didn't listen to what I said. This is what I actually got, but that's not going to be the case on this one. There's nothing new in here that I need to showcase off a new brand, like the Joker, for example, so I'm going to stick to my guns on this one. I am I'm actually going to be grabbing the Spear of Thor. I'm going to grab that S grade to go and pick the Knight of the End. And then we're going to go down. I'll probably pick up a Harpy there with the other one that's the non-S grade. Grab the keys, grab the Wishing Scrolls, and then, like I said, probably just go and put it into another swap talisman with that Blessing Scroll too. All dependent on how much I have left over, and we'll actually see, because I don't think I'm going to be spending money this time on it. So I guess let me know what you guys are going for, and if you want to really make sure you're maximizing your death in this and want to get that 1350 chest, take a look at this video right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.